All right.
Good morning. Happy, well, not happy, but uh uh Martin Luther King's birthday. A wonderful man. That's what I'm celebrating today is his birthday. I did not check out what's his face. And I was just telling Mel, I never saw the inauguration, but I always visualize the inauguration being outside. And he switched all that stuff inside because of the numbers. He
Well,
knew he was going to be showing up. He
well,
wasn't going to get the numbers because if you Google the hotels in Washington, D.C., there was a good amount of hotels available.
and they also said that it was because, I mean, officially they said it was because of the weather. I'm like, it's very cold in Chicago here today. It's -1.
Right. But
But,
it's sunny and crisp clear in
but
Washington
it's
today.
very clear here too. It's just cold. But I
Yeah.
think that they did that because Trump knew he wouldn't get the number, so they moved it inside. That's if
Yeah,
you're
but they use that as an excuse.
they use the weather as an excuse.
But I
Absolutely.
will tell you what I saw is I saw a lot of foreign nations threatening his life. I mean, this guy has to be very careful.
Well, Gary watched the inauguration. I didn't. But you said something. It's Martin Luther King Day, and let us kind of focus on that
Yeah.
because Martin Luther King was about equality and acceptance.
Right, but everybody just can't believe because I'm telling you, he just announced last night that Elon Musk cheated. He announced. And do you think any of the main news stations picked it up? No.
Well, at some point, it's going to hit the airwaves like white on rice.
But let me tell you something. The news media, the cable networks, they kind of wanted him to win because then they get a lot of people afraid and watching the news media. So we got to turn them off too.
Well, I just wonder if maybe I don't know if inauguration day is always set in stone, but the fact that it was on Martin Luther King Day, I guess that's set in stone. But I think that Martin Luther King's spirit is trying to tell us something that
Mhm.
even though our country is going to go through the dark night of the soul
Yeah.
again, that we have to hook into Martin Luther King and what he taught, Abraham Lincoln, what he taught. And Abraham Lincoln keeps assuring me that our democracy shall prevail, our union shall stand, and justice will prevail. Those three things. And that's what keeps me.
Well, and also my guide said when uh, uh, Trump train won, he said his people need to know who he really is. And right now, you got a lot of people upset about spending all that money to go out there, and then he brings it indoors. And there was other presidents who were out there taking the oath colder. It was colder.
Well, he's going to break his oath of office. We know that. Um,
Right. So they've already got their executive stuff up. People, I don't know if you pay interest on your home, but if you're middle class and you pay interest, they're going to remove that. They're going to remove any help with student loans. They're going to, there's a whole bunch of stuff.
well, the,
I didn't see except so you can't collect Social Security if you're a felon.
you can or can
Apparently, you still can if you're a felon now, but now with him, you can't, which isn't going to break my heart.
you can't or can.
You can't collect Social Security if you're a felon.
Hold on, if they've been a convicted felon, have paid their dues to society, and their
No,
sentence,
but before it was if you were a felon on the run, if you committed a felony and you're on the run. Now it's if you commit a felony.
well, if that goes to court,
Yeah.
the Supreme Court is going to say, no, that's
Just
not
like they said felons can vote.
correct. Correct. Well,
But anyway, everything that he's put in got nothing to do with the price of eggs or groceries. Nothing.
Donald Trump is a convicted felon, so let's see where that leads him. The other thing he was talking about is, it's going to be called now the Gulf of America. I refuse to call it that. To me, it will be the Gulf of Mexico, and I will publicly say Gulf of Mexico. He's saying no more transgendered people in the government, it's male and female. Massive deportations will begin, and he's going to send troops to the border. That whole thing at the border was a farce.
He did that before.
Yeah, exactly. So, what he's saying he's going to do with executive order, I'm telling you, a lot of it's going to get tied up in the courts for a very long time.
Yeah, and one of the things my guides told me that came true is he did a blanket pardon for everybody.
Oh, well, yeah.
And my guide said he would do that, and he sure enough, he did. And you can accept it or not accept it. But one person he didn't do, which I was very surprised, was Vindman. The wife said she's very disappointed in the Biden administration for not giving him one. But I don't see him in trouble.
No, I don't either.
He's in, what is he in Congress or is he a senator? He's one of those.
For those watching us in other countries like the UK, Australia, Canada, we got people watching from Germany all over. I want to say that what I won't even mention his name, but what the orange turd, entertainment purposes only, what he is saying and doing is not representative of the majority of Americans. We
Right.
do not ascribe to hate. We do not ascribe to intolerance. We do not ascribe to injustice. And we do not like bullies who start wars, unprovoked wars like Putin. And there are many of us that will still stand behind Ukraine. So,
Yeah.
in a free world. And Ruth Bader Ginsburg showed me this, that the light would get strong and then would be dwindled again, but the flame wouldn't go out. It'll be teeny, but it'll get big and it'll overtake the MAGAs at some point. It's going to be like
Right.
McCarthyism. That's what my guides are telling me. It will
Yeah,
be
I've been saying McCarthyism for years now.
anyway.
And he'll drop as fast as McCarthy. But
I
the only thing I could say is I didn't see him. Of course, I didn't watch it either, so I didn't see him getting inaugurated. But
This is a
I
very dark.
just couldn't go on the bandwagon that said he absolutely would not be president because my guide said his people need to see who he really is.
My guide showed me him taking the inauguration and taking him in office. I knew that. I got some flack for it, but here we are. And it's
Yeah.
not about being right or wrong. It's just about what my guide showed me. But they also tell me that he will not serve his full term.
No, I've always saw that.
And at the midterms, uh, but my guides have shown me, your guides have shown you that the Dems will take back over the House and the
Yeah.
Senate,
Yeah.
and that whoever takes Trump's place will be lame duck. So,
And let me tell you something. People are very upset, as they should be. A lot of people, I had somebody that wrote me every other day that so and so psychic said she doesn't see him in office. So and so said this, and I couldn't say that's not what I get because I didn't want to put a knife through the wound. But I just said, hopefully they're correct. Hopefully. But I can tell you that he's going to self implode.
well, I get that too. I heard a yes with that.
Yeah, he's going to self implode.
MAGA's,
But the thing is, it's his people that are going to say, wait, none of this stuff you're doing now is doing anything for me. Because when they start getting rid of, and by the way, they're only going to blue states, they're not going to the red states to get rid of illegals.
right.
So how does that help with, you get out here, you get a roof put on, you'll see the roof guy draped in jewels, his wife draped in jewels, pulling out with a beautiful car. And then it's nothing but illegals doing the work.
Right.
So
But
you know what? You're going to have to pay more for everything, but they're going to get a little taste of their own medicine.
one of Trump's cronies said they're going to pick on Chicago first, and our governor says we will fight back.
Yeah. I see a lot of lawsuits. I
There's
see
going to be a
things
lot of
being held up in court.
there's going to be a lot of lawsuits, a lot of people giving him the middle finger. I do want to comment too. There was a Catholic priest at the inauguration and a rabbi and a minister.
Uh,
And I said to Gary, any Catholic priest or any rabbi or any minister that would stand up there and do the benediction or a blessing for Donald Trump, I have absolutely no use for.
and it was Catholic? Yeah.
There was a
Catholics are
Catholic priest, there was a
Catholics are
rabbi,
off my list.
was a Catholic priest, there was a rabbi, and I think there was a Protestant minister. I think there was a black minister. But that priest, I'm going to write a letter to the Vatican. I will. That's how mad I am about it.
Yeah, they don't care. As
Well,
long as you keep giving the churches, they don't have to pay taxes. That's why they're cuddling up to him.
well, there's a lot of Catholics here that, don't like it, and I am one. And I will do as much as I can to make sure that these priests stay out of politics.
But listen, we got to watch our battles. We can't be jumping off the bridge every time this idiot does something because we'll be drowning before you know it.
I'm
We
not
have
going
to pick our battles well. We have to let the lawsuits happen. And
but religion should stay out of politics completely.
yes, well, eventually churches are going to be taxed.
I see that if they keep this up, absolutely.
But I do see that you guys, as sad as everybody is, somebody had written, "Oh, I've been watching you since 2017, and nothing you said." Hello, nothing I've said. I predicted the COVID before it came. I predicted Biden with the dark-haired woman before he won. And, they're all sticking with how could this guy come in? He came in because there's free will and his people need to see who he really is. There's not much other way I can say it.
I have some misses. And I will still go on to say that, in my psychic opinion, that my guys tell me Kamala won that election.
She did. He just announced that Elon Musk stole it.
Right. There was cheating.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's all going to come to the forefront.
Yes.
Somebody asking the questions, why hasn't NATO done anything? Because NATO is busy trying to protect NATO right now.
Right.
They've got bigger fish to fry. But I do see it coming out there that there's going to be proof that there clearly was interference in this election, proof positive.
Yeah.
And, if Trump stays in office, which I don't see, my guides tell me there will be another impeachment when the Dems take over again, the House and the Senate. And it's not a witch hunt. It's going to be the things that come out are going to be totally repugnant and blood curdling. The stuff that'll come out, you'll see.
Okay. Did you see
Against
Fetterman?
Trump. Against Trump.
Somebody showed on one of the things that Fetterman was there wearing shorts.
Well, I don't know. Um,
My daughter just woke up. She sent me a text and said, "Did he live?"
um, we've got questions, but I'm sure you have questions.
Yes, and we want to present a product. We're not being paid for this.
No, no.
Tell the story about him.
Well, my friend Andrew, came to me years ago, and he had this idea, and he asked me about it to do these skincare products. And I said, like, go for it. And, when he was born, he told Linda and I the whole story. He wasn't supposed to live very long at all. And I think there was an Andrew and a Nicolette or Nicoletta. And if I'm getting this wrong, Andrew, I apologize. But anyway, I don't know if it was an angel or something came to his mother or something and said that he would live and said she would have a boy because she couldn't have any kids. So they named him Andrew and Andrew.
Andro.
Well, Andrew's his name, but
Right? It's
Andrew,
on the product. It's Andro.
right? They named him Andrew Nicholas or something. And he tells the whole story, and I'm sure I'm going to have him
It's
on
on his website. I'll post his website down below. But
the.
he sent us samples of his product, and I've gotten a lot of samples of products. And I will tell you, I paid $1,000 for that dot thing where they put the little punctures because I have really dry skin, especially in the wintertime. And initially, fantastic. My skin was not dry, and then was 2 months later, it was dry. I pay $350 for where they, take the skin off, hydro something, hydroderm or something like that. And Initially, you feel nice and moist, and then it's over. Even when I use products, all these products. That one plastic surgeon, I paid like $350 for a little jar like this. So then I got these products and I thought, okay, might as well try it out. He sent me for oily skin too. I don't have oily skin.
You can
But
mix it with the moisturizer, the ones in the tubes. You can put the little drops and mix it and use it all. It's amazing.
yeah, so I tried the daytime protection, and what it does is you have to click this and then you put a couple of drops. And then I tried the this one is great. Dry irritated boosters. Fantastic. I could feel it right away. And this is the anti-aging. I still look old, but I've got that. And I love this one. I keep it by my bed. It's the collagen base moisturizer.
That is the
And let me tell
moisturizer.
you, since I started using the product, and I, again, this isn't a paid advert, I have not, my skin's not dry.
Andrew tells me to put a few drops of the other stuff, with the moist,
Um,
and you put it on your face, and I put it on my hands. And my
yeah.
hands are cracked and dry and almost bleeding. And I've been using it daily. I mean, not because this is my friend, but I want to tell you something. This stuff is absolutely incredible.
And I was having a lot of, and you know how when you get old, I'll be 72 this year. And you know how you get those kind of creases over here? I got to tell you guys, I think this is a miracle. Anyway, I'm gonna post his website. Keep watching my face. Let's see if I look 30 again.
I'm going to ask him on my show one at some point to interview him and just talk about maybe 5 or 10 minutes about how it came about and let him tell the story because I probably got it slaughtered.
Yeah. Well,
But
I
I would,
told everybody, all my followers, I get people beg Aquafina, all kinds of people begging me to advert for on my show for them. And it's like, you know what? I'm not a very good salesperson, but the proof's in the pudding, you guys. I feel it. But anyway, I just got one this morning for wallets and suspenders. I'm like, dude, oh, he just put it up. I'm like, dude, my clientele is mostly women, 45 and up. Why
I
would we need suspenders and wallets?
I put it up in the chat. It's Andro dash Niki Niki.com.
Just Google that and you'll get his website.
Right away. You got to check it out. It's great stuff. Andrew,
Thank you, Andrew.
thank you
He
for
said
sending
to
this.
let him know when we need more product.
He said he watched the show and he
He
just
said
watched
he
the
was in
book.
tears
Yeah, he did. He said that. He's a really nice guy. So
because I was surprised. I got to be honest with you. I wouldn't have said anything if it was a nothing burger. I couldn't.
I
I
couldn't either.
couldn't have my people go out there and buy something that did not do what it promised.
Well, I had never, the product was just launched, but I mean, I knew psychically it was going to be phenomenal. And so when he sent it to me, I asked him to send some to you, and I tried it, and I'm like, and then I talked to you about it, and was like, oh my God,
Thank you for having him send. I'm so glad you thought of me.
if I didn't like it, I would just not say anything publicly.
Yeah,
But anyway,
yeah, because we
enough of
do get
that.
a lot of stuff.
We
I
do.
get a lot of books from people. I try to encourage people to get their books, but um, it's very hard. I have so many books, I can't read them all.
I,
Anyway, okay, so
I get some
you
that
want
are
to go
good, and
first?
I get some that are good, and some that are not so good. So but this is really, really good.
Yeah,
All right. So Giga Hellblaze says, rather watch both of you instead of the orange turd's face on all the news stations while drinking coffee on this cold week.
that's my girl. Get your coffee.
That's right. Back under the blankets for me and hibernate like a bear from this cold blast. Boycott news networks. Watch these two, watch Lyndon Mel and Martin Luther King stuff. Thank you,
Ah,
Giga. I do want to say something. It is so cold here in Chicago. Don't go out unless you absolutely have to. There are warming shelters in the city for people who are homeless or who don't have electricity or heat. When you go out, bundle up because in this kind of weather, if you have any exposed skin for maybe a couple minutes, you will get frostbitten. So
wow.
sure that you bundle up. And if you're elderly, if you don't have to go out, please, please, please stay inside. It's
God
dangerous.
bless. God bless everyone. I hope you stay safe and bring your animals in, please.
Okay, so that was a comment, but I've got another one from, yes, don't leave your dogs or your cats outside because they will freeze. Monica Coepa says, and this is a good one. Will he, I'll just say he, I don't want to say his name, will he be able to disband unions, specifically construction unions?
He may try, but I don't see him being able to. In fact, that'll turn some unions voted for him. That'll turn them against him big time.
He's going to try. You're right. I just got that when
I
you said
just got that.
my psychic light bulb went off too, my flash cube, I call it. And he's going to try to mess with unions, but there's going to be such an outcry. Oh my goodness. You don't mess with the unions. All right, it's your turn.
Okay. Hold on. Will Jack Smith's report, second part, be leaked soon?
The answer is yes.
Yes, I got yes, but see, astrologically, and I'll tell you, Trump's in trouble come March, April. It's bad. But, and I fear for his life, I'll be honest with you. I don't want him taken out because then he'll be a martyr. But I see that he has to be very careful what he does. But I can't believe he would try to touch. And the other thing, let me tell you guys the hit I got. He's making sure that the Pentagon has his people in there to make sure anybody that likes anybody but him gets taken out.
Well, that's going to go to court too, and the courts will say that's discriminatory. You
Yeah,
know,
but also you don't mess with the Pentagon. That's like messing with the CIA.
but they're
Those people won't put up with it. I mean, I'm talking about behind closed doors. I'll say this till I'm blue in the face. Behind closed doors, people talking about taking them out. I saw it, I felt it, I could smell it.
behind closed doors, CIA, FBI, Homeland Security, all of that. His generals are going to be like, what do we do? What strategy can we do to keep him uh to keep him uh under wraps?
Yeah. And
Uh,
Trump, by the way, Trump knows that they cheated.
of course,
Absolutely. But you know what he's saying in his mind?
he's involved
Not
in
that
it.
he cares. He's saying, well, they cheated on me for the 2020.
He was involved in the cheating,
Yeah.
and that'll come out. That'll all come out.
Okay, go ahead.
It's your turn.
No, I just did it.
Oh, okay. Monica again says, will Trump ever pay for his sins in this lifetime? Yes,
More so on the in the realm.
there
He's
is
because
karma.
he can't I watched the purest evil people on some show. This one guy was just like Trump, exactly like Trump. He was a boxer and he tried to kill his first girlfriend. And then he killed his wife, who helped him get out of jail with the first girlfriend. And she was a doctor. And when they were talking about his personality, even his own family said, listen, it's all about him. That's what I was feeling about Trump. He never said, I'm so sorry. It's only, I'm sorry I got caught.
It'll
That's
never,
who Trump is. You're never going to get him saying, oh, please forgive me. Nope.
it'll never happen. It'll never happen. Nope.
Okay. Will Newsom and his team be successful in rebuilding California?
Absolutely.
Okay. I see a lot of donations coming in. And
Trump's going
that
to,
Mike Johnson saying that they didn't follow the rule. Yeah, F you.
thank you. Mike Johnson, read between the lines. Look at
Yeah,
read the book. They're going to try to mess around with funds going to California, but at the end of the day, they're going to find out they can't. And there's going to be states, Democratic states are going to say, if you are not going to give us funds because our leaders spoke out against the injustices of Donald Trump, and Trump is going to try to withhold funding as as a vendetta, then
against political. for political reasons.
There's going to be talk of those states pulling out. Even though it's illegal, talk will come up again of collects it. A lot of these states that Trump is going to screw over talking about pulling out. I see that
Well,
coming.
it's against the Constitution. He can send the troops in.
I know it's against the Constitution, but they're going to find some
I
way.
don't see that.
I don't, I
I
don't, I don't see them.
respectfully disagree. What I see is
That's
them
not what
withholding the funds they would
I,
normally pay the federal government to take care of business in their own state.
what I was going to say is I do not see them seceding from the Union. No, I
Oh,
don't.
okay. Well, the way you were presented it sounded like succeed
I
from
don't.
the union.
What I was trying to get at is I don't see them seceding from the Union. But what I do feel there's ways they'll all band together to be able to stand up against Trump and to band together and almost their own little union behind the scenes to try and keep him from cutting the funding and all of that stuff. And they'll take it to court and they'll win. I'm just simply saying that the nation is going to be more polarized. And a lot of states will talk about seceding, they won't do it,
Right,
but they'll come up with a strategy to help defeat Trump. That's all I'm saying.
right.
All righty. My turn, huh?
Yeah,
All
your
right.
turn.
All right. Wendy Wood says, could you address income-based repayment loans for college loans? My 36-year-old daughter with a master's of finance is underemployed, will have to pay 300 a month. We are poor and scared.
Yeah, they just said you're not going to get any breaks from Trump for student loans.
Unfortunately, no.
No.
I do think once he's gone, there'll be legislation passed to say that these college loans can be repaid at really lower interest, very low interest, if at all. So don't freak out. You know, you'll have to put up with it for a couple more years, but then after that, I do see it changing.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
if they're not going to put you in jail if you can't pay it.
right. They're not.
So,
But I don't think you can use those for bankruptcy either. I
no,
don't think you can
no.
declare those in bankruptcy.
I don't think, can you clear medical? I don't think you can clear medical either.
I think you can for bankruptcy. You can declare medical, just not what you owe the IRS or student loans. I don't think. And a lot of people are going to stop going to college because they're not going to be able to afford to pay the high student loans. And I think that's engineered too. Keep them stupid, keep them uneducated, so we can manipulate them more.
Yeah.
Um, all right, it's your turn.
So what do you think about Melania? Is she a nothing burger?
Well, she's saying she's going to live in the White House, and her
She is saying she's going to live there.
her
She said
ego
she's going a couple of places there and to,
and her ego's as bad as his, but she will go down in history as the worst first person ever. So let's say what history says about her.
okay.
And it's not going to be pretty. I
Yeah.
still see her divorcing Trump. But you know what? She's only with him for the money and the prestige. That's all.
Okay. Give me a question.
In my opinion, she's as bad as he is. Well, people ask if he'll really get inaugurated. This was yesterday, and the answer is yes, he's going to get inaugurated.
Inside the rotunda, though, I
Well,
didn't see him getting inaugurated out there with the rest of the people.
I didn't
He
see
was
his
chicken.
I didn't see his crowds as very big at all. And
No.
why? Okay, this is a
Okay.
really I love.
So
Go ahead.
what does America look like 3 months from today?
Chaotic.
I'm going to throw on this one.
It's going to get chaotic. People are going to be up in arms. He's going
So
to con
3 months, this is January, February, March. Yeah, March and April is going to be tough.
we'll start to see inflation hit. We'll start to see grocery prices going up. Um, People will still travel and do all of that, yes. But I think the economy is going to go through a really big inflationary.
Really big. A
And
lot of
get him out of
battling
office.
going on. Musk might be gone by then. He feels like he's upset with the
Musk,
people around him.
Musk is going soon, I'm telling you.
He's very upset.
I think Musk will be gone within the next 6 or 7 months. That's what I
Look
predict.
at working away and nothing happening.
Right.
He'll be out there at the golf field all the time. Justice is coming towards them, so wait for it.
Bingo.
Okay, what's your
Okay, this is a really good one. PEC 9905 says, will we have any allies left? Are some members of Congress keeping channels open to them without interference by the felon? Are they going to keep intelligence from him because he's a blabbermouth?
absolutely guaranteed? Yes, I saw that a while ago. Even when he was in office before, they realized he was a danger. And they're going to not give him, and the people he wants in can't pass the muster. They can't be given security clearances.
Just like Trump had foreign governments interfere in this election, I'm feeling that our allies, NATO countries, all of that, are going to be working behind the scenes to make sure that the MAGAs do not win again. That's what I see.
Okay. Yeah, because the ones that cheated are going to be gone. Trump's going
Correct.
to be gone too.
Right. He will.
So I see a lot of pressure, a lot of stuff. It's going to go fast, you guys. It's not going to be as long as before.
Oh, it's going to go real quick.
But what's amazing is he announced on the stage that Elon Musk cheated for him. And everybody's telling me, but I'm not watching the big news media because I don't want to see his face. But everybody's saying, nobody's saying, oh, you know, nobody's hitting on it. I'll have to wait for Lawrence O'Donnell or somebody to talk about it.
Um, oh, it's going to come out. It'll absolutely come out. But when he said that, he thinks now that he's the president that he can do anything he wants and gets by with it, but he doesn't realize that he incriminates himself. And
Yeah,
he's thinking that nothing's going to happen, but a lot of this stuff is going to bite him in the butt,
yeah, yeah.
you know? Okay, let me get back. I've got somebody texting me here. It never fails when I'm doing a YouTube show. Okay. And I tell people I'm doing YouTube, but that doesn't matter to them. All right. Some of these I'm going to skip. Um, not because of anything bad. It's just it's past event in the past 24 hours.
Right.
Okay. Hello, my two favorite people. Oh, thank you. That's very
Thank
nice.
you.
Uh, what is JD Vance up to, and what does his wife think about the orange person? She said turd, but I didn't want to say it.
Right, right.
What do you think?
Well, he's standing there, he's waiting for Trump to implode, but he's not going to have any power when he gets in there. He's
I
a
don't.
nothing burger.
Right. I don't think so either. Trump is just going to tell him, like, sit down, be quiet, just over in the side.
Right.
It reminds me that in school when you were bad years ago, they put you in the corner and they put a dunce cap on your head. That's kind of like what he's doing to JD Vance right now.
Exactly.
That vision.
Okay, will Trump cut benefits for federal employees? Well, they're already doing questionnaires to see who you voted for, which is illegal.
Well, I would say none of your business. And that's going to go to court because if he tries to cut benefits because of
Or
who
cut your job because of who you voted for.
cut your job, that's discriminatory. But then he'd say, oh, well, we're doing it for other reasons.
Right, right.
But it won't hold. I mean, the courts are going to say, no, you cannot ask who someone voted for. Last time I remembered, our votes are cast in secret. Isn't that what you thought too, Linda?
Oh, no, it's not anymore. They know who you vote for. Okay.
Hi, we're back. Linda just had some workmen she had to check
I
on.
have a bunch of guys working on the back building me a nice big shed. And I insisted they wear their string jock straps, but they didn't. They wore their regular work clothes. So I was very upset. I had to go out there.
Did they at least wear bling on their clothing?
I'm just kidding. Nicest guys in the world.
Okay, this is a good question.
Ooh,
Denise says supposedly Vivek Ramaswamy is planning to run for governor of Ohio.
that's the
Will
truth.
I don't think he'll win. I'm not picking up a win. You can disagree
Oh
with
God, no, he's not going to win.
I don't see him winning.
but they want him out.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, they said him and Musk weren't getting along. I think when he called, well, so did Musk, but Musk handed Trump, Musk bought the seat next to Trump. But when he said American people were stupid, feeding,
Oh yeah.
we can't use you guys because you're stupid, that was pretty much it for him.
I think so too. I think that
But
did
he
it.
can run, he's not going to win.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, will there ever be some kind of law so presidential pardons can't be sold or abused? And the first administration, thanks to Jared, the highest bidder would get a pardon.
I see legislation being passed that the president can pardon, but that it's going to be criminal and the president would still have to stand trial for it if they take money for political gain to issue a pardon.
Exactly. And
So
it's another thing I saw, and Nancy Pelosi is famous for this. They won't be able to deal with the stock. Once you're in office, you can't do the stock. That
I
hasn't happened yet. But let me tell you another hit I got. I feel Pelosi's done.
she is. She
Like
is.
she's about ready to step down.
She is. She's finished. Why is it that, you and I, if we do insider training, we can go to jail, but the politicians don't, they're
They
immune.
don't suffer.
So I see legislation being passed to say that the politicians absolutely cannot pass legislation to grease their own pockets with stocks, nor can they engage in insider trading. And
Yes.
it's going to be a felony. So,
Yeah.
all right. Uh,
Thank you guys, by the way, for these questions.
they're good questions, aren't
Good
they?
questions.
ELG says, will JD Vance be president at some point? The answer is yes.
Yes. Yes.
But my guides say I predict that he will be a lame duck president.
Yeah. Nobody likes him, not even in the house. They don't like him.
Okay.
So the other thing I want you guys to know, a very powerful image came to me, and it feels like there's going to be a lot of heroes and martyrs who not consciously right now do they realize it, but there's going to be marching and there's people that are going to get hurt and they signed up for it. And there's going to be people who speak out. He'll try to put the wrench around our throats, but I don't even see the Supreme Court saying, yeah, nah, they don't have a right to say anything. They do have a right. It's in the Constitution.
I predict there's going to be tons of civil unrest. I predict just like that trucker convoy that hit Canada, that was for the ultra right wing. But I
Yeah.
predict convoys here that are going to be against Trump, that'll hold up traffic, which I don't agree with, but I do agree with peaceful protest. A lot of peaceful protests. They'll send in agitators to try to get it to turn violent. These protests will be against Trump. I see protests for marching against gun violence because we're going to see a lot more of that. Um, I see massive protests against these supposed mass deportations. A lot of people are going to be protesting against Donald Trump, and he will even try to send in troops, and that's going to blow up in his
They
face
don't
too.
want to shoot at their own people.
They do. It is gonna be a powder keg that explodes. He's gonna put us on a powder keg. I'm telling you.
Absolutely. And let me tell you something else. Um, that I saw while you were talking. I saw the president of Mexico with a baseball bat, and she blows it out of the park. So I don't know what exactly she's going to do. Who Trump's going to be mad because it's a woman, but she's going to give him a what for with all his
She's
crap
gonna
about.
close the border for his mass deportations. That's what she's gonna do. And so
Yeah.
will Canada. They're gonna say no. So he's got nowhere to deport these people. They'll just turn them back at the border.
And you know what? I was just telling everybody on my last show, I watched a real good, it's on the Story Channel. I don't know if you have it, but it was a 8-part series of how the Nazis lost the war. And one of the big factors was all the money they spent trying to take all the Jews and put them in camps and killing them and everything. That took out so much money they didn't have money to really fight the war properly. So they cut their nose to spite their face.
Well, people are going to absolutely. So those countries aren't going to take his deportees. And if they don't take them, then what happens to them?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and she's not going to kick Americans out of Mexico. No. And
No, I thought she was, but that
she
was an
might
Elon
invite
Musk.
Americans who want to come there to get rid to escape Trump to come there.
I wouldn't have blamed her if she did, and I repeated it, but it was from Elon Musk, so it was a lie.
You know, Trump will talk about the wall again to keep, people out, but actually she'll talk about it should be a wall, to probably really keep Americans in because there's a
Right.
lot of Americans who are going to be going to Mexico, I'm telling you.
Yeah, there's a lot of guns crossing, but they've got a lawsuit right now that
Right.
these free-for-all guns are shipping to Mexico.
Well, the Americans don't want gun control.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, this is a good one. In 2020, why did so many Americans donate to the trucker convoy in Ottawa, Canada? Thank you to you both. Well, I think that trucker convoy was pro MAGA. They were really pro right wing or something. And I think the Americans that donated to it were the MAGAs. They were
Yeah.
not all of us. So, there's, what is it, about 40%, 35% MAGA, and the rest of us aren't. So it was
Yeah.
that small group, not the rest of us that didn't.
Yeah.
Because it's a way for them to keep the MAGA propaganda going. That's why. All
Will
right.
we ever have a recession this year? I
Yeah.
say yes.
It's going to
I
be
almost see immediately the slide of the economy.
right. All right. Cleo Travels says just after the election, a big supporter of him, I'll call him, Alfie Oaks. Wait, Alfie Oaks Home and Businesses, I believe, were raided by not one but three heavy hitting federal agencies. I can't seem to find any more info since early December. Can you read into what this was about and any insights you feel regarding him? Does he have any info that's being used currently against DJT? Um,
Who got hit?
After the election, a big DJT supporter, Alfie Oaks Home and Businesses, were raided by three heavy hitting federal agencies, and they're wanting to know why.
It feels like something under the table.
That's what I pick up too. I don't know much about it, but let me look and I can give a prediction. But
I'm
I do,
looking right now,
I do think that he had information that would absolutely uh,
but
hurt,
I don't see him testifying to it.
not right away, but it's going
No.
to be part of an investigation once the, this Attorney General Bondi that Trump's going to put in place. She's not going to do all of his bidding either. But after the midterms, I'm telling you, I see investigations into all of this stuff.
Okay. And I'm going to tell you guys something right now. We're going to have some shock and awe because of Putin. Putin's going to do some stupid things. And people are going to be mad at Trump if he doesn't put the foot down on Putin. I see Putin doing some things and killing a lot of people.
I agree. I've got one. Can I just bring this one up really quick?
Sure.
It's Misty Rose, and it's a great question. I really think it's a great question. And you've answered it, but I just want to touch on it here again today. She says, and she's a wonderful follower. She's a moderator on a lot of our channels. She said all of the readers picked up that Kamala would win. I believe she did win.
She did win.
Why didn't anyone pick up the sophisticated, well-organized plot to take our election away? We did. We warned people, that even
There's
though
going to be some cheating going on.
even though we thought Kamala would win, Trump could very easily win this election, and we
I
needed.
think you brought that up, and I was upset because I kept seeing her win by a landslide, and you didn't pick that up. You
Uh,
said be very careful because he's cheating behind closed doors.
I'm saying that, but it's not about me being right or wrong. I don't care about
No,
that.
no, but my guides were very, when I got so upset, they said, this is his people have to see who he really is.
So she says, why didn't anyone pick up sophisticated, well-organized plot to take our election away? I ask this only to try and understand, not at all as a criticism of anyone. Well, a lot of times we run on the energies that are there too, and I think we read that Kamala did win. But, Linda, you touched on it before that we do have free choice in all of this as
We
well.
do. Free will. That's what the guide said.
Right.
But they said his people have to see who he really, and they're already getting a taste just by buying all those families who don't have much money, paid thousands of dollars to come see him with his speech. And
Right.
they got not only that, the hotel that they were supposed to stay at, they paid for 2 days. The hotel's refusing them. Most hotels, you give a 24-hour notice, they'll
Right.
refund your money. They're refusing.
Correct. Good for them. All right, your turn.
Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Hold on. Rosy cheeks. Will we, oh no, this isn't Rosie. This is Michelle. Will we ever have universal basic income, universal health care for years?
Yes, but
It's
it's
not
going
going
to
to
take
be
a
for years.
long time. It's going to take a long time. All right. Okay. Mona says, what do you think John McCain is channeling to us right now? Any insights? He's channeling to us to speak up. And if we speak up, we will save our democracy. That's what he is saying. Because I didn't like John McCain, but
Yeah.
was a true American and he did like he fought for our democracy. And he's telling us to fight the same way he did with our voices, with organizing, with saying we won't stand for tyranny. That's what he's
And he
saying.
doesn't like the way Trump treats the military either.
Oh, he cannot stand Trump. And he's going to work from the other side to help us make sure that Trump uh, and his cronies face justice and be overturned.
Yeah, yeah. He's going down, you guys. That's what we can say. But I can see some people losing faith. And if you can't watch psychics and you can't watch TV, don't watch it.
But
Give
that's exactly
yourself a
what Donald
break.
Trump wants. He wants people to give up and say, I've had it. I'm not going to do anything. And that's the worst thing you can do. You want to lose faith, that's fine, but don't lose your voice.
Yes. Well, the other thing is, we may get in trouble for speaking out too, but it's okay. I'm willing to land on the fire.
Me too. I'm going to keep speaking up. I'm not going to stop. And if they demonetize me, I'll go on,
Uh,
I'll,
YouTube doesn't roll like that. The one company that did not give to Trump that still uses the DEI is Costco.
right. Well, then there you
So
go.
I shop. My happy ass is going there today.
Go on there, girlfriend.
I'm gonna go shop at Costco and get their hot dog and their 10. I have so much stuff. I have about 50 bags of paper towels.
Got so much.
I
Okay.
overdo it.
Helen says, why is everyone bowing to felon 47? Don't they see his true self? Not everybody is bowing to him. There
No.
are others who are not. So don't look at the ones who are bowing to him. Look at those of us who are not.
Well, I'm going to tell you, this is up and coming, okay? So what I told you about the pardons, the blanket pardons has happened. Now I'm going to tell you Putin's getting ready to throw something. I don't know what it is.
I feel something big coming.
Something
Something,
big is coming up, and Trump's going to be holding his what you call in his hand. He's not going to be. He's going to try to double talk it, and that's going to piss Americans off.
what's he going to be holding in his hands, Linda?
His mushrooms.
Excuse me, he doesn't have one. That's why he doesn't want transgendered in the service.
Oh, is he going to get rid of gay rights?
He's trying. He said already today, as of today, there is only male, female, no transgendered working in the government.
And or in the military?
He didn't say military, he said government.
Oh, because didn't last time he took him out of the military.
Right. But that won't last either.
Yeah.
I mean, he can try gay marriage, but at least Biden got some of that codified, so that's a good thing.
Did you see? I see a problem with getting Kennedy in.
So do I.
Okay.
Oh, you mean the worm in the brain? Oh, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, Bobby Kennedy, they're turning over in their grave.
Oh, but they still love him.
They can love him, but still not agree with him. You know
Yeah.
what they're telling me? He always was a little strange. I swear, that's what just came through from their experience. He always was a little strange.
And also he's stepping back. I never said to cut out polio. I never said, yeah, you did. We have the
Yes,
tape that'll limit.
absolutely. Okay, your turn.
Okay. Uh, okay, so this is DRC. This is a significant question. I am someone who is trying to understand energy. I've been following this community for a few years now, and currently interpretation of readings seems to be off. Most of you are reading the same energy, but outcomes still seem to be off, which is common. My question is, how can I better understand what is being read without expecting it to come out exactly as some readers see it?
There's always a few twists and turns, and the
Right.
future is
But you
beautiful.
don't put your eggs in the basket on a reader.
Correct. You
You
have
interpret with your psychic sense, with what
correct.
you know to be true. It's like when you say the psychic bulb goes off.
Right. Right.
It's you, if it doesn't feel right, then don't do it.
Do it. I mean, we do this because, we're using our gifts to help people get through these crises in our country. And we're not always right. But we're right a lot more than we miss.
Right. Well, and also we throw out these little nuggets there and they come true, which helps. Because
Yeah,
that gives people like, oh my God, because
right.
I don't want to be saying stuff that doesn't come true. That doesn't help people with their faith because you got to have faith.
I have faith. I don't want to do that either. But I mean, I think for the most part, the nuggets we throw out there, a lot of them, many, many, many of them have come to pass. So,
Yeah.
all right, people say that I'm maybe just voicing my opinion. Everything I do on my YouTube, other than plugging a product, is, I say, I think, I feel, I see. That's why I always say my guides tell me, or I predict, I intuit, because it's my psychic ability coming through.
Right.
All
So
right.
you got another question? I'll do the last one.
All right. Yes. And this is a good one. Gemini says, why do non-MAGA people have to go through these lessons for MAGA people to learn? Why are we caught in the chaos?
These people are getting stuck into Fox News. If they would just turn the channel. And Fox News plays off most of them not being able, a good 56% of the United States can't read past the third grade.
Well, I guess with the risk of being cocky, Gemini, that's a great question. And this is just me being rhetorical, but it's true. Look through history. For example, why did non-Nazis have to go through what happened in Nazi Germany for the Nazis to learn their lessons? Why did people in Cambodia have to go through Pol Pot for the people who supported Pol Pot to learn their lessons? The bottom line is people get fearful to speak up. And we cannot let that fear hold us back.
Yeah,
Because complacency is the biggest fear to our democracy. And my
that's
God,
what I have for my John, for uh, my thing today for MLK. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. Martin
thank you.
Luther King.
Cannot become silent or complacent. We cannot
So basically, the last question was, will humanity survive this? I think humanity will survive it and get even stronger.
become stronger because of it.
We're not going to lose our independence. No. And we will resist. Listen, we've been living quite well for several hundred years, this nation, and we're not going to become a Nazi nation.
My newest favorite saying, it just came to me through my psychic light bulb: love trumps hate.
Yeah.
And teacher Barbara, is sending me a T-shirt that says that. Um, And somebody read it wrong, and they go, Mel, you're saying that you love that Trump hates. I go, no, love above hate. Love trumps hate.
Yeah.
Trump's doesn't have an apostrophe in it. It's just love trumps love above hate.
Yeah.
So Barbara, thank you for sending me the sweatshirt. I will wear it proudly.
Yeah. Well, thank you, my friend. You take it easy today.
It's a large for me. Uh, like Linda says, I wear a large petite.
A large. You don't take an XL, you take a large.
Large.
Okay.
Don't give me more pounds, Linda. I'm trying to shed a few.
Well, I take a petite. It was so funny when I go to concerts, I stand there looking at the shirts. I said, obviously, you don't have a petite, so I'll take this XL right here.
All
All
right.
right, you guys, we love you all. And don't forget to check out the product.
Yes, that's Andro, Andro dash Niki, Niki.com. Andro dash Niki.com.
Okay.
And
Love you all.
I have openings on my trip to Peru and my trip to Iceland. Call my office 847-590-5411.
And do you have openings for readings?
Yes, I do. Yes, I
Okay.
have that too.
Okay, honey. You take care. Bye, everybody.